Hey, how's everyone doing? This is Mike from the Red Pill Economy. Thank you for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope you're staying aware and getting prepared for the incoming economic collapse of the United States of America. Now, I came across an interesting video today on YouTube. The IRS is actually planning to hire over 80,000 armed agents. Yes, you heard that correct. 80,000 armed agents, gun-toting agents, to enforce tax paying, okay? Now, I think this is unprecedented, and I think this is kind of ridiculous. I mean, why do you need to hire armed agents? I mean, agents have guns. I mean, are you trying to force people to pay their taxes? And that's what I think they're trying to do. So let's just watch this quick video, and we're going to analyze what's going on, and I'm going to tell you what I think what's going on, and we're just going to talk about this because this is crazy that the U.S. government is that desperate. They want to hire agents, IRS agents with guns to force people to pay their taxes. So let's get into this video.
IRS is planning to hire special agents who carry guns and make arrests in all 50 states. The IRS says that these agents must, quote, carry a firearm, be prepared to protect him or herself or others from physical attacks at any time and without warning, and they must be willing to use force, up to and including the use of deadly force. The agents will be part of the IRS's Criminal Investigation Division, now looking to fill roles at nearly 250 locations throughout the country, with at least one in every state. So, Kelly, your IRS agent will be armed, but you may not be able to be armed. Democrats want to take away your guns. The IRS will have a gun, though.
I mean, Maria, it's just absolutely wild, and it makes you wonder where the priorities are. I was on your show a couple of months ago doing a story in Los Angeles where they're removing police officers from the streets and having folks go, an unarmed response team respond to emergency calls, and yet IRS agents are able to maybe come to Matt Taibbi's house. Remember that surprise call with a gun? Does that really make sense, Maria?
No, it doesn't. It's absolutely outrageous, John. Your reaction?
Well, you know, the Democrats say defund the police. I say defund the IRS in this case. I mean, this is a dangerous move, and it tells us, it reminds us that the IRS is still very much interested in going after those households where incomes come under $400,000. And here I'm talking about small businesses and the like. I don't think you're going to find many households that are upper income owning guns who might pose a threat to IRS agents.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. Why would an IRS agent need a gun to tell you to pay your taxes? I mean, why would you want your IRS agent carrying a firearm?
Well, you know, they're probably worried about some far-right extremist who has a small business who owns taxes and also has some guns on him. Maybe that is what has them concerned. But
or maybe it's the soccer moms, right?
Yeah.
Maybe it's the soccer moms who want to get involved in their kids' education. Maybe they also pose a threat, so the IRS needs a gun.
Don't be surprised. Some might think exactly that way in Washington.
Well, I mean, this just
Outrageous.
begs the question, you know, what's going to happen when you have an incident that happens from this, right? That a gun gets discharged, and where are we going to go from there? Are we going to have the same reaction from the media that we do for the police?
Oh, please. What a shame the media has become. Thank you for that. We're going to take a break.
Okay. Now, the reason for the IRS hiring more agents is one of the reasons why is because America is we're sitting in national deficit of $1 trillion. Yes, you heard that right. We're in a $1 trillion deficit. That means that we have more money going out than coming in. And let me just go over some of the things that we're spending ridiculous money on. The war in Ukraine, securing the border, entitlement programs, student loan forgiveness, and more programs and more useless spending, okay? We have a lot of money going out. A lot of money is being spent by the government, okay? And some things we do need, I do agree we need to spend more money on, like securing the border. But the war in Ukraine, we should not be spending over $200 billion toward that. That's not our fight, not our problem, and it's just adding to the national debt. Okay, so in order for America, the U.S. government, to reduce the deficit, Biden has to find a way to bring more money in. And the brightest way he can think of is forcing people to pay their taxes by using armed IRS agents. The IRS is planning to hire over 80,000 new IRS agents. And these IRS agents, they're not going to target the rich, but they're going to target the middle class and lower class, okay? The everyday man. And they're going to force these people to pay their taxes by any means necessary, because the U.S. government, due to reckless spending throughout the years, they're desperate for money. Like I told you, we're in a deficit, and we're currently in $31 trillion in debt. The national debt is over $31 trillion, and it's creeping up every single day. So they need more people to pay their taxes, which I agree. You should pay your taxes, but you shouldn't force people to pay their taxes by putting a gun in their face, okay? And that's what they're planning to do. They're going to force people to pay their taxes by any means necessary. This hiring spree is going to cost over $80 billion, and that's just adding to the deficit and adding to the national debt. And I don't think they need to hire over 80,000 new IRS agents. That's just crazy. I mean, that's ridiculous, and it's just going to be a waste of money. And we all know these are federal government employees, and a lot of these federal government employees, they just like to sit in their ass, and they're not going to do too much. So this is more money down the drain. Instead of blowing this $80 billion on new IRS agents, I have a couple ideas what we could actually use this money on, okay? For one, we can use this money on getting the homeless off the streets. The homeless and homeless veterans that spot and serve our country, we can get these people off the streets. Okay, they don't need to be on the streets. This is America. We're a first world country. We should not have any sort of homelessness whatsoever. Okay, so we can use that $80 billion for that. We can also use more money to secure the southern border to stop the massive influx of illegal immigrants. And we can also hire more ICE agents to deport illegal immigrants that are here in our country illegally. I spoke about this topic in many videos, and yeah, illegal immigration, it's a problem, and it's going to get worse if we don't do something about it soon. We can work on getting clean water for cities like Flint, Michigan, and Jackson, Mississippi. It's a shame that those cities have dirty water coming out their faucets. I mean, these are Americans also. Every American city should have clean water, and it is not fair for certain cities in America to mirror third world countries with brown water coming out of their faucets. So we need to work on getting our cities, our Americans, clean water. Another thing we can stop doing, we can stop funding the war in Ukraine, okay? $200 billion, way too much. And I'm sorry, we just don't have the money and the resources to help this country anymore. I mean, to help Ukraine anymore. This isn't really our fight, and that's not our problem. They need to work out the issues with Russia, and we can't keep spending money in just funding a proxy war. Okay, it's costing us in the end. And we can also use this $80 billion to improve our public education system. Basically, our public education system is in shambles. It's not first class, and there's a lot of other countries beating us in the public education realm, okay? A lot of other countries have much better education than us, and we could use $80 billion to, improve our schools, improve the education system, get more technology into the schools so kids can learn and be up to date and compete with other kids across the world. And yeah, our education system just needs an overhaul, and we can use money toward that. Now, this whole IRS deal, I'm sorry, but I don't think it's a good thing, and I think it's going to end badly, okay? Something is going to happen. As one of the anchors said, someone's going to discharge their gun in an incident, and it's going to be a whole S show in this country, okay? The IRS does not need to force people to pay their taxes, because that's what they want to do. They want to force you and I and every other person to pay their taxes, and they're going to do it by threatening to use deadly force on us, and that's not right. And I think this is not going to end well. This is not a good thing, and it's going to be bad. This is going to end badly, okay? And the IRS just needs to cool their jets, and the government, Biden, he needs to find other ways to bring more revenue into this country. And he needs to find ways to cut revenue. And, he's just going to have to look out for the American people first, because what he's doing now and the way he's spending like a madman, it's not going to end well, especially for the future generation. That's all I have for you guys today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you think about this situation. I want to hear your thoughts. And please stay aware. Please get prepared for the incoming economic collapse of America. And I really thank you guys for tuning into this video. And I'll see you soon. Take care.